Welcome to this episode of Wiki Walks, a short podcast devoted to some of the more intriguing and, who knew, articles that you can run across in the weird world of Wikipedia. I'm your host, Chris Grismer. If you are among the handful of people who have left a glowing review on the Apple Podcast app, you are most appreciated. There are dozens of us. Dozens! For the rest of you, I hearken back to the immortal words of Blanche Dubois, in that, whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. So go and leave your boy a 5-star and call it a day. Hey, are you hungry? Do you like saving money? Are you hungry for savings? Then maybe I can interest you in today's Wiki Walk, the double Irish with a Dutch sandwich. What in the sweet Guy Fieri is a double Irish with a Dutch sandwich? Perhaps it's some otherworldly taste from the Gordon Ramsay test kitchen. Or maybe it's some Kama Sutra-inspired Gaelic fertility ritual. Who's to say? But you know who does know what it is? Google, and Apple, and Facebook. This little maneuver is in fact one of the most effective and brutally convoluted tax loopholes in history. You know those crazy Rube Goldberg devices where you can just push a domino over and it hits a ping pong ball that falls and knocks over a string that sends a tennis ball down a ramp into a stack of ABBA CDs that falls over onto a lighter that ignites some rice paper into the air, raising a flag of John Stamos? You know, one of those? Basically, the double Irish with a Dutch sandwich is the tax equivalent of that. All right, things are going to get a little complicated, so just take a deep breath. We're going to get through this together. So to start, Google licensed the European rights to its search and advertising business, which is obviously enormous, to a unit called Google Ireland Holdings. And despite what the name might suggest, Google Ireland Holdings has its entire effective center of management in Bermuda, the land of sun, sand, and zero corporate taxes, hidden from authorities for years. So Google Ireland Holdings, in turn, owns Google Ireland Limited, which employs almost 2,000 people in Dublin. So Google Ireland Holdings, Bermuda. Google Ireland Limited, Ireland. All right, we're together? So Google Ireland Limited, Ireland, sells billions of dollars of ads every year, but winds up passing most of that money through to Google Ireland Holdings, the Bermuda unit. Now, Bermuda, with its zero corporate income tax, makes it a lucrative final stop to report income. The whole process effectively avoids paying U.S. income tax and European withholding taxes on overseas profits. This arrangement is actually pretty common in the corporate world. It's called the double Irish because of the two-company structure. However, Irish law exempts some royalty payments to other EU nations. So, those European profits make a brief stopover in the Netherlands first, before they're on their way from Ireland to Bermuda. The money passes through a Dutch enterprise called Google Netherlands Holdings, which lists no employees and pays out 99.8% of what it collects to the Bermuda unit. This move is known as the Dutch sandwich. Whew, delicious tax havens. If Google paid taxes at the full 35% rate on all of its profits, it would lose almost a quarter of its total profit. Google's offshore tax rate is around 2.4%. It bests its peers in the technology sector in ways that a retail giant like Walmart could never dream of. In 2003, Google transferred all of its non-U.S. intellectual property rights to a subsidiary in Ireland. But let's run through this in a real-world scenario so you can get the gravity of just how convoluted and brilliant/terrifying this is. You are a savvy podcast-listening Google customer. You run a website where you review podcasts, and you stumbled upon a podcast so great. For the sake of argument, we'll call it, spitballing, Wiki Walks. And you want to run an ad on Google driving traffic to your review of it. You want to pay Google $1,000 worth of advertising. Google USA will pay $800 to Google Ireland Holding. That's the one based in Bermuda. They will use Google branding and software and marketing, all Google-owned products, and pay €700 to Google Ireland, the one based in Ireland, for doing the job. Google Ireland will then pay Google Netherlands, who, according to Dutch law, will allow it to then pay Google Ireland Holding, the one based in Bermuda, without ever having Ireland collect 1 penny of taxes. So there you go. That's the double Irish with the Dutch sandwich. And what's frightening is this is just one of the many, many tax loopholes and transfers that exist. And many of them are not publicly known. They aren't discovered until an actual law is passed banning them, and then the practice ceases. Which, I should mention, as an important footnote, is exactly what happened about 3 months ago. Ireland vowed to eliminate the double Irish with the Dutch sandwich loophole, and Google, knowing its cash cow was about to be led to the shamrock slaughter, vowed to stop doing the practice. But you better believe that they would have continued had Irish law permitted them to do so. Because, heck, why not? If it's legal, it's legal. And honestly, if you're out there trying to do something with all that bread, man, there's nothing more satisfying than by first making yourself a sandwich.